What's up, y'all? My name's Nathan from the band Downpour, and I'm doing a Glass Factory quarantine tape right now. Hope you enjoy it.
Day by day, won't you walk on the line? Day by day, even though there ain't no sunshine. Where the wise men say there's a brighter day tomorrow, and why would he lie? You have to say I'd rather live down and die. Got a tear in my eye, and it's been there for quite some time. Gotta grab a hold of, it's out of control of my mind. I've got a devil on my shoulder as my soul grows older. Got an angel cry up on high. World to blame, ain't nobody's fault but mine. Well, I'm on my way. Well, Lord, I'm on my way. Lord, I'm on my way. By the break of day, I'll be on my way. Break of day. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. By the break of day. On my way by the break of day.
Alright. Thank you so much. This next tune's gonna be off our next record, called The Prodigal Son. It's gonna be out sometime in the future, but we can't predict the future. We don't know when it's gonna come out. But we'll let you know.
Top of ashes crashing down.
Okay, so I want to start this interview by I want some flashbacks all the way to the beginning of the Down Boy days.
Yeah,
I want to hear the origin story and everything.
Well, it was okay. We just met at orientation for college, and I know that's like a really impressive story, but that's just, I mean, that's just how it happened. And it worked out. It was great. We've been best friends ever since, and we love each other.
Good, that's important. So what was your first show together?
Well, it was one of those like house shows. It's like whenever you're a freshman, all of a sudden like there's this scene of people who all play music, and you can get drunk for the first time, and you can like do your own thing, and people were putting on house shows. We got to play one of those, and you remember those, like they were wild, they were crazy. It was awesome. So I'm sure like maybe a month or so into school we did that.
That's awesome. Okay, so how did you guys go about finding your sound? Was it pretty natural?
Yeah.
Or did you talk about it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like we like communicating with each other musically, so like we're constantly being spontaneous and listening, and when you do that long enough, eventually you just start making like sentences together, or paragraphs, or whatever metaphor you want. But so we just did that long enough for something to happen. We've had a bunch of different sounds, some that we don't really like anymore, but something hopefully maybe remained a little bit consistent throughout it all.
Yeah, you guys used to go wild at your shows.
Yeah,
and I feel like the recent record's a little more chill.
Yeah.
Is that and then you're working on another record?
Yeah.
Is that gonna be a similar vibe, or are you changing things up left and right?
We always try to get whatever our live show is into the studio, but once we get into the studio, it always ends up being a little bit more tame or a little more something. So we're always trying to get whatever the live show is, because the live show is still kind of wild. It's still,
good.
So this record's supposed to be a little bit more like that, a little bit more, kind of the basic bones and the rawness and stuff. But we'll see if that comes across. I hope it does.
I hope it does too, because I'm trying to channel that energy in my car.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna do that. Yeah.
Thanks. So what is your plans for a theme-ish with this new record?
Well, okay, I go a little bit too crazy with the themes and stuff, but like this theme, okay, it's called The Prodigal Son, spelled S-U-N, right? And it's a story of going blind, being struck down by life itself, and then rediscovering yourself, and coming out the other side with more experience, having gained more than you thought you ever could. And so, I like biblical stuff for some stupid reason, and so it uses the story of Saul, the tax collector from Damascus, who got struck blind by the Lord. That's like a starting off point. But that honestly is a metaphor for anything anyone goes through. Anyway, so whatever. That's the theme of this
Whatever.
with funk and jam.
Of course, gotta have the soul.
Funk and jam in between.
Yes. What is your favorite part about the writing process?
I like just having all these pieces, and it's like, and then you gradually put everything together, and you say, well, this piece doesn't really go there, and this one, and then all of a sudden you step back and you're like, this is a whole. Now it's a story. Now it's a thing, and I like being able to just maybe you create something, and then you go to work, and then you come back and you do something, and you get into a mindset of sorts, and you listen back and you're like, oh wow, I didn't realize I wrote that earlier.
What do you feel each member of Down Boy brings to the table to make it amazing?
I mean, Grace, we value each other's voices as musicians equally, and so, like, Grayson, the bass player, he is who he is on the bass. So everything I value about him as a person, it speaks through his playing, and same with Noah. And I think we're just always grateful that we can communicate freely with each other, and that we have whatever the heck we have. We're just glad that it exists and that we can do that, because we can't do it with anyone else.
True. What's been your favorite part about quarantine?
Even
though it's like not really even a thing in Nashville
anymore. At first I was like, I have a lot of time to work on music, but then I realized that, like, I'm an insane person, and I cannot be left alone for too long, or else I'll just dig a hole and I'll keep digging, and then there I will be, and like, I don't know. So that's what happened with this last record. It was like too much time in quarantine, and that's great. I learned a lot of things, but coming out of quarantine, and because of quarantine, I really enjoy the live shows and playing at a level that I didn't realize, like, how much I needed that.
Yeah.
So I guess that's
a deeper gratitude. For sure.
Deeper gratitude.
Love it.
Yeah.
I want to talk about this record that you put out at the end of last year.
Yeah.
Because people can actually listen to that. So
Yeah.
why don't you tell us about that a little bit while we anticipate the new one?
Yeah, cool. It's it's another kind of concept record-ish, just about the same old bullshit that I write about always, but it's cool. Every song kind of leads into the next, and it has kind of two parts, and one's a little bit more gospel-y and traditional, and one's a little bit more rockin', and we were just really experimenting with as many different kind of genres and sounds as we could accomplish. It was one day in the studio. We pulled off 11 songs in one day.
Wow.
And it was like crazy. It was hard. And then, worked on the vocals and overdubs for a while. But in the end, we had some rock songs. We had some like kind of chill indie pop songs, and we had some like gospel songs. And it was really just an experiment, honestly. And we're super happy with the way it turned out.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But a couple of the funkier songs on that album, that's what this whole next album is gonna kind of be.
Cool.
And that's ultimately what we are live, and what we are as a band anyway. So
yeah. Who are your greatest inspirations? Like
Jimi Hendrix.
Hell yeah.
and like Ray Charles and Herbie Hancock. Noah loves John Bonham. Noah loves Tool as well.
Good
Grayson,
boy.
yeah. Grayson was raised in like a jazz high school, so he has like a jazz background, but has come into rock and punk and all that stuff like through the college experience.
Mm-hmm.
So
love that.
Yeah,
love that. How did you get into songwriting, or when?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've always written songs, but like in Nashville, songwriting is it's just held with such high regard, and it's like a profession. You can have a publishing deal, and you can just kind of sign. Well, you sign the contract, and then all of a sudden every day you write like 4 songs for someone. Like it's more of a profession. And so talking to people about that and how they do their own songs and like how a song should be structured and like taking it apart, I didn't realize you could go so many places with songwriting. And so really when I came to Nashville is when I started taking it seriously, or started experimenting, just seeing like what a song could be. I've written a lot of really weird songs.
I believe it.
You know, and then I've written some songs where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to make this sound like it's on the radio or something. And then ultimately, I don't know. I think I'm still figuring out what the hell I'm doing. Songwriting.
Well, do you want say any like what's your famous last words for Down Boy or something?
I don't know, like, take it easy, man.
Take it easy, man. Love it.
Thanks again for checking out our quarantine tape session with the Glass Factory. You can check out the band at Downboy Music on Instagram or downboy.dog on the internet. Peace, y'all.